welcome back to Schwesing Bahnhof. We're now in April. At the end of March, we tried to artificially inseminate our dairy cows here, so we can take a look at how that went. If you didn't see, I did a short video on this map of the update to realistic animals that's not currently on the mod hub. It's on GitHub at the moment. And went into a bit more detail about this and how it was done. We did have a 72% success chance, and unfortunately we didn't get that as our result over the, I think it was 20 we did. I bought 20 straws actually, and there were 19 to do, so I did buy one more cow, but its quality's not great. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes out of 20. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick our best bulls and we're going to bring them round here and leave them in there for a while to see if we have any better luck doing it that way. Cow gestation period is around 9 to 10 months, so we're hoping that these calves will be born early next year. We've got some calves due, and they're due just at the end of autumn or just as winter starts, which isn't ideal in real life. But we did want to get some going as soon as we could. Squeeze through here. And let's pick a couple of bulls up. You'll notice I forgot to put a gate in this pasture when I placed it down. Okay, we'll jump out. Oh no, we don't need to jump out. We need to get the trailer close to the trigger. There we go, open animal dialogue. So who have we got? We've got Old Man, who will probably think of selling his fertility's average now, and that's probably only going to get lower as he gets older. This one we will select. Everything's extremely good and health very high. Everything high, let's go for you. Everything average. High average fertility, we'll take you along. I was meant to be selecting, and it doesn't. Can you only select one at once? Okay, we'll move to trailer. We'll do it that way instead. I thought you could select multiple. We like you. We like you. We'll take Old Man. You're average in everything. You're good as well. We'll take you. High in everything. You've got average milk production, so we won't with you, but we'll go with you that has high in everything. So there we are, we're loaded up, we'll take them round. And hopefully we have more luck with this than with the artificial insemination. Last couple of weeks of March, we got some spraying done. Did some herbicide, got rid of some weeds that are coming through in the rye fields. And I think I fertilised the last grass field as well. I know I did that with the Unimog, didn't I? I think I sprayed another field down that way anyway. Not done much else really, just waiting for the weather to get better so we can start planting corn. I was looking at the amount of silage that we have and thinking the grass fields have made enough silage for the cows we've got at the moment. So I might just not do silage corn and do regular corn to sell as a cash crop. Do another cash crop and get the debt paid off is what I'm hoping. Select all. Move to husbandry. That wrong one again. Select all. Move selected. There we go. Move the rest. Okay. So yeah, we've got I think 40,000 litres of slurry. and about 35,000 litres of manure. So I was thinking, just drive around this way rather than trying to turn. I was thinking of getting some of that slurry down in the smaller cornfield, seeing how far I can stretch it maybe, just so we don't have to use as much fertiliser after planting or during planting. I think our corn planter can fertilise as well. So if we could get some manure in, which is free essentially, get some of that in to reduce the nitrogen need, we can use less fertiliser, save a bit of money there. So I think that is going to be our plan. So we're going to park this one up because he's not powerful enough to haul that big slurry spreader. And maybe take a fen, I think. Maybe take the big fen. Oh, in fact, we could take the class, which I've not used yet. Yeah, let's do that. I've not used it yet for anything. It's just been sat in the shed all winter, really. There we go. Yeah, 1.5 hours on it, barely used. We'll go hook this up. And take her out for a spin. Go through her paces, spreading some slurry. Start filling. Oh, 28,000 litres. How many tanks is that going to be? This just holds 14,000 maybe? Oh, more. 18,000. Okay, so a tank and a half. Just under. So we'll turn the rate down and see if we can get across the whole field with it. And even if we don't get across the whole field with it, adjusting the application rate, at least, you know, we're reducing that need of using expensive solid fertiliser and liquid fertiliser as well. Let's drive down to the smaller one, down at the end of this lane. I don't think I've anything much else to add. Don't think much else happened the last couple of weeks of March. I'm playing with 4-day months, so every day is a week in my mind. The update to the realistic animal mods is great. Looking forward to it getting onto the mod hub as well. He's just done amazing work with it, making animals, you know, far more involved, how they should be in the base game ultimately. It's foggy down here. In we go. Right, I'll get this going. I'll see you when I'm done. back after spreading some slurry on that field. I'm not sure if it was really worthwhile, but it will knock off a bit of the nitrogen needed in terms of solid fertiliser and liquid fertiliser from now on. And I've just been having a think, but first we'll pull up the map and you see what I did on the air fertilising layer. We go to nitrogen. So I tried to adjust the spread rate so that we wouldn't get through all of the slurry we had before we even did a couple of passes on the field. So I toned it right down, and it was just knocking it up about 10 kilograms a hectare. And you can see there is one point where I've just turned off the custom spread rate and put on adaptive spread rate just to see how fast I'd get through it. And I blew through a good chunk of the tank just doing that bright streak there and the other bright streak there. I wondered if I'd have enough to get right to the end. So it's knocked it up a bit. You can see it's slightly different colour here, so compared to field 9. So we're going to need a bit less nitrogen, and every little helps. Money's quite tight. But then I was thinking maybe we need to spend more money to make money. Because I was thinking doing these 2 fields with silage maize is going to give us a lot of silage. You can see like the yield is much higher from maize, obviously, because it's great big stalks compared to grass. The bunker here has nearly still 500,000 litres in it. And that was just from doing our grass fields, which is these 4 up here, this one here, this one down here. That made... And they weren't in great condition. Wasn't a great yield off them. It could be better with more fertilisation and stuff. So that made more than 500,000 litres doing those fields. And if we do these with silage maize, we're going to have at least 500,000 litres probably. At least. Probably way more. So I was wondering if it would be a worthwhile investment to borrow more to create a biogas plant, just a small one, and a couple more bunkers, and then we can make money from our excess silage. It's pretty common for large farms in Germany to have their own biogas facilities. There is a neighbouring farm. If I squeeze through the bushes, I thought you might be able to see it just on the horizon, but oh yeah, is that there? Maybe that could be it there. Yeah, neighbouring farm has one. They've got quite a big one. We wouldn't need one as big as theirs. So it's something I'm gonna chew on and think about. Because we've got silage maize in the seeder here, in the planter, and we're gonna get it in now. And I think maybe that's worth doing close to the time this is ready to harvest, and then we're not paying off that extra interest too early whilst waiting for this. But I think it's probably going to be a quick and easy way for us to make money, even if it means doubling the debt. It's something worth chewing on, isn't it? Otherwise we could just sell the silage, but you're not going to get very much money from that at all. It's not really worth the hassle, I don't think, selling silage. I think it's better if we could make our own biogas plant. We could use the excess digestate that comes out of that for fertilising our own fields, and then the electricity that we can produce as a byproduct from the methane you sell. I think it's it's a tough call. Do you want to double your debt? What if it doesn't work? Have I just made everything worse? It's something I'm going to be chewing on for a while, I suppose, whilst I go around this field. but we can look at the footprint. We can bring up, let's bring up plans of biogas plants and think about the footprint it would have. See, we could get the smallest one they do. Put it along here somewhere, and a couple of extra bunkers. What are we looking at in terms of the cost of bunkers? 25,000 for the smallest bunkers are expensive as well. But we could. We got the big one's expensive. I didn't think a bunker would be so expensive, but you know, it's just concrete slabs. 35. Got these custom ones as well. I do have these really cheap flat ones with no sides as an option. These come with the map. These are what are normally all over the map. My only problem with these is that sometimes I'll compact the chaff quite recklessly and topple myself over without a sidewall. I do like this one. Can we get a better look at that? Somewhere flatter over here. It's got all the stacks of tyres around the side that you'd put on top of the sheet. It's pretty cool. 40,000 for these ones with the built walls and the lights. Tiny one. So it's going to cost more than $500,000 if we go for bunkers that match our current ones. A couple of bunkers there. Biogas plant there. These two bunkers for cow feed. It's tricky. It's tricky. Something to think about though. Okay, let's get our steering assist. And let's get our maize in the ground. We're going for it, we're doing maize regardless. Which I think does mean we're going to go for extending the loan regardless. Because I think it's just going to be an easy way to make money for us. We're in April. We're going to have a cut of grass soon. Is this meant? Yeah, we are meant to be turning. I thought I'd lost the line then. We're going to have a cut of grass soon from all those fields. We're going to use some for hay, but if I was going to use it all for silage, I'd have another 500,000 litres of silage for feed before I've even finished getting through that last cut from last year, because we've got so few cows compared to what we usually have, that it does seem like it's going to be worthwhile. Like, you could get in a fresh silo of silage for the cows, and then what's left in that other bunker start using in the biogas. So I think we are going to do it. I think we're going to do it. Call me crazy. But it seems to make sense. It seems to make sense. I could do with doing some sums about how much methane that silage would produce, how much we could sell the electricity for. I'd have to sit down with a pen and paper, I think, to do that. I don't think I can do that in my head whilst I'm driving. But it is, hopefully you agree, that does make sense. I came out saying the farm's in crisis with 500,000 of debt and barely any cows, and now I'm like, let's double the debt. But I think it's an easy opportunity if we can do it. I think it's an easy opportunity to make money, and make money pretty much year round, rather than just when you're selling your harvest. And milk we can make money a year round from, but we're not making too much milk yet. I hope I've got tram lines set for this field. I have to check that I've done that. We're just finishing our headland now. Doesn't take long with a nice big planter like this at all, even if this is one of our biggest fields we've flown around it. And then we've just got that field behind us to do, and I am thinking this is going to be a lot of, regardless of whether we buy a couple more bunkers and maybe a biogas plant, this is going to be a lot of silage to deal with. So I am just thinking for this year, maybe throw something else in the field next to us. I'm tempted to, like, we're trialling sugar beets over there, I'm tempted to do them in that field as well. Or maybe we just do do spring barley now. Now's the time we can still get spring barley in the ground. We could throw some spring barley in there, and that's a nice easy harvest. Whereas this, and I suspect the beets are going to be hard work. And where are we gonna store the beets? We're thinking in the hay. Where the hay is at the moment, there is a side to that shed that just has machinery in. Put the sugar beets in there, keep them well ventilated, so it's time to sell. That's what we're thinking. And I would be worried if I did that field of beets. I would be worried we'd not have enough storage space for them all. And we might just have to sell as soon as we harvest. There we go. some oil seeds still in there. I'm sure I've driven over it. I'm sure I must have. I don't know how it survived. There we go. There's a tiny spot I've missed, but I'm sure the yield of silage maize will be enough. Let's get this folded up, get out of here. Careful of the bushes. Tree in the road up there. Nobody's sorted that out. I have no fields up that way, so I'm not worried. Yeah, let's have a think. I'm just going to stop and have a little ponder and look at the calendar for what we could plan. And look at the size of it. So this field here where we've got the sugar beets, it's just 3.4 acres. This is 13. That one was 15. That would be a lot of sugar beet. And I'm not sure how much this will yield in terms of size. You know, it's just a trial run. I don't want to put us in a difficult position with the decision I make here around sugar beets. Let's look at the calendar. So we're not going to do carrots. Well, I'd be interested in trying other vegetable crops, root crops as well. We could still do oat. We don't have the machinery for beans or peas, so that's nothing to worry about. We'd be leasing more for harvest then. We could do red beet, we could do sugar beet. Don't have the sort of machine to harvest spinach without another leasing. We could do soybean, plant a crop of soybean, summer barley. Let's see. I feel like if I do silage maize in that field over there, I am then making it a certainty we are going to have to get a biogas plant. How many other fields have we got of? So we've got, what have we got? So we've got our grass, 1, 2, 6 grass, and we've got 1, 2, 3 here of rye. And we've got our silo. We could get another different grain in there. I do suspect the most sensible thing to do would be to see what the yield, how crazy the yield's going to be in terms of silage production and sugar beet production from that field. I think it's going to be more than we can probably just handle in our first year. So I'm thinking let's get some barley in there. Let's get some summer barley in there. It's an easy harvest, an easy sell. easy to store. Get hooked up. Let us make sure we have summer barley. I've passed it, so I'm going to have to go back around. And I've done it again. Grass, peas, spinach, summer barley. There we go. There we go. Third time's a charm. Let's get some extra seed in. Here's a big field. After all, that's probably going to be more than enough. Well, it is going to be more than enough, I know. And let's take ourselves over there. I do fancy an upgrade for this seeder, because it doesn't do fertilisation, and at the same time there's no solid or liquid fertiliser tanks or spreading for this. Whereas the planter we've just used for the maize, you're sort of sorted once you've got it in the ground. And this we are going to have to come back and fertilise it as well. Which, it's no bother, it's just... If you've got a seeder or a planter that does both, you are taking that extra trip into the field out of the equation, and you can spend your time doing something else that might be more productive. Well, there isn't much that's more productive than spreading fertiliser, I suppose, but you know what I mean. Right, let's get it unfolded. Still smells fresh of slurry. Let's get our tracks in place, looking good. We'll get going with this. I'm probably going to leave this video here for today. You've seen me planting in one field and spreading. It's probably more than... Got it on the wrong mode. It's probably more than enough for today. We're checking next time. We'll probably have a decision made about if we're doing the biogas plant or not. I think it's probably going to be a tough sell to the bank to give us more money. But I think it's probably the right decision to make. So I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.